Good morning, you beautiful souls. Happy Wednesday. So today I'm going to do a positive affirmation for you and a starseed oracle message from the Rebecca Campbell deck. She is amazing. I love her work. And her decks are beautiful. So let's go. Call in spirits and angels and guides in love and light. What does everyone need to see today, please, for a positive start to the day? And lots of love and light. Wait 1 minute, they fell down. Lovely. And I'll just get a starseed. That flew out. So, positive affirmations for this morning. Are you ready to listen up, you beautiful souls? I am strong. I am worthy. I am enough. And you are. No, you are already whole and complete. And I know I say this a lot, but you are. It's just finding that within yourself, because in life we get a little bit lost in ourselves and who we truly are. We live out of fear-based, and we live from a life on what has been put into us from belief systems, not who we truly are. And it's up to us to truly find ourselves, and that usually happens in childhood. But then, depending on your childhood, that gets pushed aside, and you can then live in fight or flight mode. Dysregulated nervous system. And then that takes away from finding out who you truly are. But you can do that. You can find yourself, and you will. And you are strong enough, and you are worthy enough, and you are enough. And I want you to say that to yourself today. And my passions in life are meaningful and inspiring. And again, sometimes we don't know what they are, but we're never too old in life to start. I'm 45 years old, and since June this year, I've ignited my spark of what I want, and I'm working to build that. And that is a non-negotiable for me. This is going to come to fruition, and it took a lot of soul searching from myself, and a year's worth of healing to do that. And healing is not linear, and healing doesn't stop when you get to the end result. Healing just means you've learned to calm your nervous system down, live more regulated. Your healings come to fruition when you start standing as your true authentic self, but from a place of love, not from ego. We don't do the ego and think we're better than anyone else, because we're not. We're all the same. We're all one. No one's better than us. But it comes from you not being afraid to speak out about who you are and showing who you are, and not letting that world, the outside world, have an effect on you, because you know who you are. And then healing continues because you then constantly want to grow. You're always looking to do something else, or where you can be better, or what you can bring to your community, what you can bring to other people in life from a place of love, because you want to share that out, and it's not seeing people suffering or people being taken advantage of. It's just such a beautiful place to be. So your passions in life are meaningful and inspiring, and you get to create the life you want. And if you've already done this, absolutely amazing. I literally think you're amazing for doing it. But if you're stuck in life, think back to a child about what it was in life that inspired you or you love doing. And sometimes it's just going back to that. And that could mean reading, dancing, whatever it is for you that you love doing as a kid. And as we grow up, we think that little inner child no longer exists, but they do. They exist in us. We're just adults. But that don't mean to say we can't have fun in life, And as long as we're having fun safely, not being doing stuff recklessly, and it's something that you enjoy doing, not just doing because you feel like you have to, then you are letting your inner child still live inside you and embracing that. That's what life's all about. And the message from the Rebecca Campbell Oracle deck is: loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, destiny, addiction, let God in. Now, for me, I love this message because when I started my healing journey, I was literally, the only way to describe what kickstarted me to start was from a betrayal, and how you see me now is totally different. But I saw the shell and the human of me, but inside there was nothing. I was fully empty. And it sounds so trivial and like nothing that I should be upset about. But let me tell you something, loyalty to me is like non-negotiable. And that was enough to spark me and what I wanted out of life. And, you know, you don't have to get to that point of being like that. You can just start living life for yourself. And half of this, you know, loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, destiny, addiction, and let God in, is about how we grow up, and how, if our nervous system's not regulated and it's in dysfunction, we live out of fear, and we do everything we can to protect ourselves. Now, whether it's God you believe in, I believe in universal energy source, and that lies, I do Reiki, and that is something that, you know, if someone said to me, oh, well, it's either you stop believing in that or you choose me, or whatever that scenario be, I'm going to stick to who I am, because it's non-negotiable, you know. And that's about being your true authentic self, knowing who you are, what sparks you up and lights you up inside. And for me, it's universal energy. I love doing Reiki. I love doing that to bring that out to people, because I know that helps put the energy back into the energy flow of where you need that to go in your system. And it's how it helped me on my healing journey and balancing chakras and stuff. I absolutely love chakra work, crystal works. That is all going to come into play, and I will be bringing all that out to you soon. I'm just building. But again, I'm a cleaner. Nothing wrong with being a cleaner. I've been a cleaner for over 28 years. I thought that was my life's destiny. The old unhealed version. That is all I thought I was worth, and that is not shaming or guilting anyone, because cleaning is amazing. I love cleaning, you know, but I didn't think I was capable of anything else, because I had the unworthiness and unlovableness and stuff about me. Now I don't. Now I'm going after what I want in life and what lights me up and what I can bring to you, because my heart is always open and my heart is always about giving love. So, and just remember that, you know, addictions and all that sort of stuff, we judge people for them. But just remember, there was a 5-year-old child at one point, and that's how I see people. And it can sound patronising or whatever you want to say, but I've changed my perspective so much. I used to be the judgmental type of person. I used to be the ragey person and literally rage and be aggressive, not obviously beating everybody up and stuff, but it was my coping mechanism. If someone come to me in a total tone or attitude, I'd flare up, because it was how I coped, because I grew up in a violent household. I never got abused, but I saw it quite a lot. So for me, if someone came to me, that was a trigger for me to keep myself safe, let's say. And, you know, people who grew up where their emotional needs and stuff weren't met, they didn't get the love and nurturing they need. It's not shaming parents or anything like that. It's literally generational trauma that is just come down the family lines, and everybody's on a coping mechanism, you know. It's like on a conveyor belt. And until somebody realises that that's the cycle and they need to break that, that is never going to be broken. Well, I have done that work. So, yes, my kids are 18 and 24 now, but I'm well aware how to help them, because I know of me being way too overprotective of them two will have done some trauma to them, because trauma doesn't have to look massive. Like, I cannot give enough love to my kids and be overprotective, but that will have caused them some trauma, because they're not getting to feel that failure or pain themselves, because I'm jumping in to try and save them, because I don't want them to feel that pain. So that causes them some sort of trauma. And, you know, we can all judge people, but I'm not that now, because I see we're all one, we're all connected, and I see from a different perspective. I see that person that's like maybe an addict, why they keep doing what they do, because there was that inner child inside them didn't have their needs met when they was a child. So that is their coping mechanism. And I'm strongly passionate about this. And this is why I am doing what I am going to be doing, because we don't have to live in survival mode. We can live life for who we are, but it's learning how to do that. So they will be coming to you. And like I say, this was not even meant to be about this. This was meant to be about a positive morning start, but I do feel like it's positive, and it's obviously meant to be. Maybe I was meant to express this to you about why I'm so passionate about what I do, or what I will be doing, because it's important to me. And I was one of these people that's healed my inner child and lived in dysregulated nervous system all my life. And now I'm fully aware of my emotions. I see everything from a different perspective, totally changed my outlook on life. And I believe in the universe, like I say. And like I say, it can be God. People turn to God. So if you see people that are maybe recovering addicts, whatever, they have some sort of program that's designed for them. And I don't know in depth, because I don't know how they go about doing that. But ask yourself, has there ever been in a time in your life where something serious has really happened or something, and you've actually asked God for help because nothing can get any worse? And that's where sometimes you get at a point in that, and you need to put your faith in someone else because you just don't know who to turn to. Now, whether it be God, whatever your religion, this is not saying any religion's right or wrong or whatever, each to their own religion. I believe in the universal source energy. I'm in alignment with the universe. And that works for me. That's what I believe in. And I'm not going to be ashamed about talking about that, neither. Because I do believe once our frequencies and vibrations align with what we want, and we know what we want, it all comes flooding in. Most of the problems of today are fear. People live in a fear, which then controls the ego because it keeps them safe. And also negativity. Negativity keeps you downplaying life, and it keeps you and stops you, preventing you from getting the things that you want, because you're in that low vibrational energy. So what you put out, you're only going to get back. And that is, again, living from not in alignment and being in dysregulation somewhere. Something's gone on somewhere along the line and you just don't know what to do. So just remember, sorry this has gone off and on a tangent, but this was meant to be. So I'm sharing this with you. So just know that in life, if you are feeling unworthy, don't feel you're strong and capable of anything. You're not broken. You're already whole and complete, but it's knowing how to reprogram your mind to know that you are, because it's come from childhood and a belief system of someone saying to you, well, why are you doing that? You're not worthy of that, or you're not strong enough. All them little things, constant chatter that get put into you, make you believe you are not that, but you are that. And it's about challenging your mindset and healing them, that little inner child that's in you, embracing that and bringing, allowing that little inner child in you to still live in there, and you work together in life. And it's such a beautiful thing. So I'm telling you today, if you don't think this, you are strong enough, you are worthy, and you are enough. So just remember that. And I'm telling you that because I see you, I hear you, and I love you, right? And your passions in life are meaningful and inspiring, and don't nobody tell you that they're not, or I don't know why they're doing that, because that's not a great thing. We don't all think from a CEO mindset of being a millionaire. Some of us think about what we can give to other people. And when you do that, because let me tell you that you put kindness and love and pure intentions out in the world, that's going to come back to you tenfold. And if you start to do that, and you are doing it from a place of wholeness and fulfillment, and because you want to share that love, and then you start getting an income from that, that's alignment. Or if you're doing it because you know it's part of your soul's purpose, that doesn't have to make sense to nobody else. It just has to make sense to you, and it has to matter to you. And it doesn't matter what the rest of the world think, because you're not seeking their validation. You're doing it from a place in your heart and feeling of pure love and contentment, and it's what you want to do. So don't worry about nobody else is saying to you. And again, loosen your grip. And another thing, that was what I was going to go off before I went on a tangent. Control. We all need to try and control the outcome. You know, we try and control our partners. We try and control situations, and to have the perfect life, if you like. That's a need for control. But let go of that. Go with the flow. And it's very difficult to do that when you've done that for a long time. Because all control is, it's another form of fear. You need to be in control because you fear if you don't be in control, what the hell's going to happen? It's the unknown. Sometimes the unknown is the best thing you will ever do. And stepping into that can open new doors for you. You know, one of my sayings my granddad used to always say to me is, if ever I got stressed and I'd go around to his house and I'd be like, oh, you know, I've left a job or whatever because it just isn't working for me, whatever. He'd be like, don't worry. Why are you worrying? As one door closes, another one opens. And you need to believe that. Just know everything is always working out for you. You are safe. You are loved. And the universe always has your back. It's just knowing that. And the universe lies within inside you. And that is when you align and heal, you come into alignment with yourself. So you are the universe. The universe is inside you. And when you start going out for what you want, you vibrate on that different frequency. And you then attract in what you're putting out into the world. Now, I hope this all makes sense. I've actually loved this morning. And I'm sorry if I feel like I'm going on a bit of a tangent. But it might make sense to you people that are thinking, oh, I'm stuck in this thing, you know, or I'm going through that phase of my life right now. But just know that at this present moment, things might not be going very well for you. And that is okay. And just today, be present. Don't be focusing on tomorrow. And try and let go of the past. If you need to assess the past for lessons that you need to learn about the past, what is it showing about yourself? What are you not giving? What you're lacking? You know, what are you fearing? Everything in life is a cycle, and it is showing us something we need to learn about ourselves. It's mirroring us. What do we need to learn? So don't use it as a victim mentality of this happened to me, and then because then you're going to get stuck in that low vibrational energy. Use it as your power. Turn your pain into power as, what was this showing me about myself? What was I giving too much of? Why was I chasing love? Why when I was giving this, was I not getting that back? You know, why am I always getting triggered by certain people? What is it? Start assessing them areas in, why am I so scared to do this? Start assessing all them areas in your life, and I promise you, you'll start to see life differently. There's no need to be scared, and there's enough love in the world to give out. And let's start sharing that love and spreading that love. And just know that if you are having a hard time today, there is always hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And I am here to tell you that, because my life's not been plain and simple. It's probably not been the worst life ever either. There's people far worse than me out there. But I'm grateful for what I now know and who I've become. But also, I also have the gratitude that there is people far worse than me out there that are grateful for every single thing that they've got. So just practice a little bit of gratitude. Be present, focus on today. If today only means that you just get up out of bed and you pot around your house and you have a cup of tea and that's all you can manage today, don't worry about that. Just focus on that, and then tomorrow, you know, focus on tomorrow. You don't need to be worrying about too many things. Just be present for today. Now, I hope all this makes sense. Have a blessed day. You are worthy. You are lovable. You are enough. And I'm telling you today, I see you. I feel you. I hear you. And I love you. Have a blessed day. Peace, love and light. Donna. Namaste.